Good morning. How are you guys? It is April and it is snowing outside today. So I thought I'm going to spend a little bit of time just preparing for the week and getting some stuff done that I haven't had done for a little while. So today I'm going to show you two quick and easy condiments that you can make. One, we're going to make our own ketchup. Why do we make our own ketchup? I personally cannot always find sugar-free ketchup. I don't use a lot of ketchup, but I like to make my own. I like to control the ingredients that are in a lot of my food. I find by doing that and using less processed stuff, I've been a lot healthier. I can control my weight a little bit better. All those kind of good things too. So you can make healthy ketchup for your family, and then we're going to take that ketchup. We're going to actually make our own Thousand Island salad dressing because I'm going to be making a mac salad later. And yeah, I need some of my own Thousand Island. So pretty easy. I'm just going to move this over here. Now with the ketchup, honestly, you can take everything and you can mix it up in a little bowl. You don't need to put it in your Ninja or your blender or whatever if you don't want to. Just for time's sake, I'm just going to do that. Now what I have here is I have 1 can of tomato paste. Now I needed a tablespoon the other day. So instead of throwing out the whole can or whatever, I just threw it in my fridge because I knew I was going to be making some ketchup today. So I'm just going to take this tomato paste that was left over from the can, and I'm just going to be putting it in my Ninja. But like I said, if you want to make this and just use a whisk, absolutely. Like it's super easy to make, and you can just make it with that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need about a 3/4 cup of water. Going to go over here and I'm going to throw in some water, about 3/4 cup. Now the next thing you can use is you can use any kind of vinegar you want. I have apple cider vinegar here with the mother in it, but by all means you don't have to use that. You can use a red wine vinegar, you can use a white wine vinegar, you can use regular vinegar. That is totally fine. I am just looking for, oh there we go. So I want you to add about 4 tablespoons of whatever vinegar you want in here. There we go, 4 tablespoons of vinegar. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of onion salt. And I was just checking to see here, or onion powder, sorry, onion powder. And we're gonna add about a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder to our concoction here. Then we're going to take we definitely need it sweet because ketchup has a ton of sugar in it. So yeah, we still definitely have to add some sweetness, and it's amazing how much freaking sugar is in ketchup. So this way you can control it a little bit. So you can use something like I'm using here. I'm using stevia, and that's why I also like to use my Ninja. The stuff that I'm using here is a little bit more grainier, so then I get it mixed up a little bit better than whisking. But you can use like a monk fruit. You can even take your Truvia and you can grind it so you have the powder. You can put Exitol in it, whatever. Whatever kind of real sugar substitute. What I say by real is I don't want to see you putting in sucrose or sugar twin or anything like that. That is not good for your body. This comes from the real plants. It's not like chemically manufactured or whatever. Yes, it's processed into this, but it actually has real ingredients. Mine actually comes from the stevia leaf. And this has ethyl stevia leaf extract in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put in, I know I'm using my tablespoon here, but I'm probably going to put maybe 3/4 tablespoon in here. And then the other thing you're going to have to add a little bit is some mineral salt. Now the reason we add mineral salt to this, and actually you'll see a lot of my baking or whatever, I'll add mineral salt. It's because I don't use real sugar, and the mineral salt will actually cut the bitterness of the Truvia and stuff there. And plus, also just like anything else, mineral salts will help it last longer in the refrigerator or whatever. So that's it. That's all you put in here. Now I'm just going to put the lid on. I'm going to put it into my Ninja, which is just off to the side here. Let's see if I can pull it over just a tad bit. There we go. And I'm just going to, I don't know if you can see that or not, I'm just going to give it a couple quick blends once we got locked in. Now with this ketchup base, you can do some great things. You can make your own barbecue sauce. You can use it like I'm going to be using right away to be making my own salad dressing. Okay, now since I am using it to make my own salad dressing, I am not going to wash this. I'm going to use this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make our own Thousand Island salad dressing. I got another cup. Yay! You know what John says, I like to make a mess. I like to use as many dishes as I possibly can. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to add, to make our mayo, we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of mayo, and we use full fat mayo. A lot of that light mayo and stuff like that will actually have unwanted sugars in there. Yeah, and healthy fats are good for the body. So we are going to add a 3/4 cup of mayo in here. The next thing we're going to add is a 1/2 cup of our Greek yogurt. Now this is a 0% fat Greek yogurt. Now this is a Greek yogurt that I have actually made myself. And if you want to see how to make it, you can just go into my YouTube channel or onto Tammy's Tips and Tricks and search in there for yogurt, and it will show you how to make your own yogurt, which is very rewarding, but also a huge expense saver. And then also you know what's in there. You're not getting any unwanted extra sugars or whatever. Yes, you can sweeten it with fruit. You can sweeten it with whatever you want. I'm just checking to see what here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5 tablespoons of our homemade ketchup. So we're going to put 5 tablespoons in here. Now with this ketchup too, if you want, you can also put a little Worcestershire sauce in here if you want a little bit of a bite. My ketchup usually is a little bit redder, but just because of the brand of tomato paste I used, it wasn't as red as it normally is. This is more of a kind of a tomatoey paste rather than that red tomato paste that you get for the really small cans. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to give a couple dashes of our favorite hot sauce. 2, 4, 5. We use Frank's in here, but any hot sauce, absolutely any hot sauce will do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add, now you can add, if you're making this, you can add your own sweet relish in here, like the green relish. I can't find a green relish that doesn't have a ton of sugar in it. And what I find that works super easy is I have just diced up a couple dill pickles. You don't have to dice them up super fine because your Ninja or blender is going to actually blend them up quite a bit more. Now in here too, I don't know, Thousand Island dressing does have a little sweetness. I already got sugar into my homemade ketchup, but I'm going to add just a tiny bit more, maybe 1 teaspoon of sugar into here. You don't need a whole bunch more, but Thousand Island dressing, you're just going to need a little tiny bit of that. That's it. Like that is seriously it. So then you put your little, like very few ingredients, all great natural ingredients. So again, we're going to put the lid on here. We just put this onto our Ninja. Adjust the taste to what you want to do yourself, just to see if it tastes enough Thousand Island-y or whatever to you. I'm just going to grab a little spoon here, and I'm just going to give it a little taste. Nope, that tastes exactly like Thousand Island dressing to me. I don't have to adjust the taste. I will be adding stuff like, you know, pepper and all that kind of stuff to my my Big Mac salad anyways. But no, and that's it. Now this you can just put this and your ketchup into a clean glass jar, whether you label it or whatever, into the fridge. And yeah, it's good for a couple weeks. The other thing with this too, you can use this as it'll thicken up a little bit in the fridge too. It's a little on the runny side right now because everything's been at room temperature, but it'll thicken up a little tiny bit, but it's absolutely excellent if you want to do like any kind of salad. You need Thousand Island dressing for, if you want to use it as a dip for your veggies or whatever. I store my stuff in clear glass jars just because of the vinegars and stuff. I don't want it, I don't know what you want to call it, bleaching or adhering to my plastic containers in there because of the vinegars that's in here. But it's up to you. I just store them in a clear glass jar in the fridge for a couple weeks. And the other thing too is a really good tip is just take like one of those little markers and just write the date on your thing, or you can put it on your lid, just so that you have an idea of how long it's been in the fridge, because we know we have You can sometimes get science experiments in there. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and I hope you will try making your own ketchup and Thousand Island dressing. Have a great day.